from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of this nightmare, but when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to.
All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're live tonight here at Indianapolis Speedway. Prestigious track here. the Indy 500's run. A lot of great drivers have crowned the victory road here and kissed the brick, so to speak, here. And it has got a lot of memories and a lot of things because we're live here at Indianapolis for ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. And we got a star-stuck, action-packed, and just wow of a field. 40 drivers are going to take the grid here tonight and do battle around this place. If I'm not mistaken here, I think it's a 2.5 mile if I'm not thinking off the top of my head. But either way, I'm Joe White up here in the booth, and as always, hey, I'm accompanied by Dave Everly from Dre Broadcast. What's going on, Dave?
Doing good, Joe. Saw a great race last week. I expect a better race here tonight at Indy.
Man, absolutely. These guys put on a show, and a show they will put on here again tonight. I got a feeling that it's going to be one of those that we won't forget. Now, Indy in the last couple seasons here at Extreme, yeah, it's been kind of rocky and bumpy here and there, like what you want to call it. But nonetheless, it's been a track that has produced some exciting finishes and some exciting racing.
Yeah, most definitely, Joe, but we saw a battle last week with Jake Nichols, Alan Elwood. But in Las Vegas last week, though, Bryce Sinisak, just leading only 24 laps of the race, led the most important one, the final lap.
Yeah, you're right there. Final lap here as we're getting set here to go green flag here shortly. Folks, get your refreshments. Tell everybody in the house, be quiet. Take the dogs, cats, whatever you got, the gerbil, I don't know, who knows. Either way, tell them, look, time y'all go to sleep. Tell the neighbor, hush until the last lap. When you get excited, then she might get scared or what, either one. They, who, whatever. But it's race time. What do you think, Dave?
I think it's going to be a good one here. Right now, Jake Nichols sitting on the pole. Question is, who's going to be able to beat him?
Yeah, absolutely here. So, well, Jake is on the pole, and that one's usually like, everybody's like, well, that's a no-brainer there, Joe. Well, no, not really. This is a different car, different beast, and a different animal. I mean, you never know coming out here. We've seen some guys may come out here and battle with him. You know, you got Keith Haney, the defending champ here in the Xfinity Series. That guy, well, he's going to do some good things here. He's sitting 5th tonight, so watch out for him to bounce back here in the season. Also got Alan J. Elwood, Cameron Hearn, Nate Trito, Tom Whitmore. Name one in there. I could just go down the list of who's and the drivers here tonight in Indy. That wow, it could be anybody's ball game. We're getting this thing up here, Dave. Here we go. We're about to get set to go green flag racing here at Indy. Jake Nichols puts it on pole tonight. Nate Trito right there in second. You got Cameron Hearn sitting in third. Alan J. Elwood in fourth. Keith Haney, there you go, the defending series champion here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. He's sitting right there in fifth. Mason Weitzel right there in sixth. Bryce Sinisak in seventh. Mike Romer, calling Mr. Extreme himself, sitting in eighth spot. Ninth place man Marty Ray moving up here, man, into the big time. He's doing good things, starting there in ninth. I've got Tyler Sifford, Mr. Popular himself, right there in 10th. Let's look to the rest of this huge star-studded field. There is no shortage in skill when we look through here, Dave. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, even a little further back, you've got like Cody McFadden. You got Mike Franklin here, Don Kidder Jr. You got the names of like Tom Wetmore, Andy Starr, Matt Hoover's here as well. So we got a good race, 68 laps here at Indy. 2.5 mile super speedway type track, 4 turns. It's gonna get interesting.
Yeah, 4 turns. Not really much of a banking. They're almost a flat style turn. Got to be very careful coming off those things. You carry a tremendous amount of speed going into turn 1 and actually going there into turn number 3. So you got to back them thing down a whole lot. And then coming out of turn, well, I guess it would actually be turn 2, I believe it would, that you're coming out of, you carry a lot. You got to be careful because it can get very slick coming out of that turn.
Yeah, definitely. So I think what we're going to see, though, is we're going to see a lot of one groove racing in the turns. But on the long straight stretches here at Indy's, where it's going to be drafting, draft. And these guys are going to get some good speed here coming through these long straightaways.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can also, you can make this a multi-groove style track here. So you're able to pass, you're able to stay side by side with one another and get up there, man, and race a little bit, so to speak. That way you're able to, stay side by side.
Yeah, so I'm looking for some high speeds, green flag pit stops, because I'll tell you, this is definitely a tricky track to get down, coming from top speed through these turns and getting down on the pit road.
Yeah, 100%. We're going to try to keep up with all this action because we got a lot of guys out here. And it's definitely on these restarts will be a storm of action. The front guys will probably get spread out pretty good. But in that middle to the back pack back there, Dave, I'm going to say we're going to call that the danger zone, so to speak. It's because, well, anything can happen. I mean, you're always going to be on top of someone. And at the speed you run around this place, wow.
Yeah, most definitely here is, looks like they're coming into turn 3 and 4, getting ready to go green flag racing for the first time here tonight.
Absolutely. In Indy here, like I say, prestigious track that it is, they're going to storm off out of here on turn number 4. It is a long way to the start-finish line, all the way down to that place of that they'll bring them to, the pace car bring them to when it ducks off on pit road. Feels like an eternity for these guys when the pace car drops off, because you see it drop off and it's like almost another quarter mile. So it looks like that they got to go very slow, patient before the green flag. Pace car's in. Here we go. Jake Nichols brings them down and they head off into turn number 1. It is a storm of cars. He gets fanned out along with Cameron Hearn up front, who was there. So the top 3, they get single file in a very big hurry.
Yeah, it looks like the Ford machine is going to get stuck there on the outside of Alan Elwood. He is going to drop air behind the 99 of Mason Weitzel. Right there, right behind him, the 87, Keith Haney. He's up there in 6th position, so looks like they're going to get single file here and just get a feel for the track.
Absolutely. Keith Haney sitting there running in a 6th spot right now. Mike Rominger right on the back deck, lit up in that 9 machine. Bryce Enasak in 8. Tyler Sifford in 9th. Marty Ray sitting in the 10th spot. They are all freight trained in a single file line. So out front, Jake Nichols is leading this pack out around Indy as they come across the line to complete lap 1 here, Dave. What an awesome sight to see these cars storm around here.
Yeah, like you said, we have got some bad fast machines and bad fast drivers. Speaking, we got 40 of them out here on the track trying to come away with the win here. I do believe we're on round 3, so only the season's already starting to tick down.
You got that right here. The season's starting to tick away here a little bit. But round 3 of it going on. So, hey, what's going on, Pat T out there? See you out there cheering it on, JDR. I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Me and Dave up here. And that's right, that's Dave from Dre Broadcast, by the way, folks. They'll help me out here at OSR Network. They're live here tonight on ExtremeMotorsports99.com for the Indianapolis. They got the Xfinity cars here. Right now, it's been a good one. These guys actually have got fanned out single file, Dave, and it's we're looking at Matt Hoover here in the 12th spot. So single file line, being very patient.
Well, they like to say, sometimes patience is key. You want to make your moves, but you don't want to make them too early, burn up your stuff, because then you're going to be shuffled to the back. So they are just kind of riding here, getting a feel. I think they might be watching those front runners, see what they're doing, trying to see how they can save their stuff to be able to make those moves later in the run.
You got that right. Well, watching the guy here in 14th place, Chris Gaboo, we talked about him the last couple weeks here. If I'm not mistaken, one of the newcomers here to ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And, you know, it's been something else to watch here, Dave, because there's been a lot of newcomers here that we've seen come in here and do quite well. Kind of looking through here. Marty Ray, he's not new to Extreme, new to the Xfinity Series, moved up from the trucks. He's doing really good himself there, sitting in 10th.
Yeah, most definitely. I tell you that he is a great driver. We saw him last night in the Truck Series. Definitely didn't get the best run there at Kansas, but he's always one of the drivers that we got to watch out for, because you never know. He can find his way up front and totally start pulling away.
Hey, you got that right. I mean, and he's on a good track to be able to do it. Indy also produces some good racing here as far as, you know, what we're seeing. Right now looks like a one groove style track, but these guys can pass here. They're just going to have to bide their time and be very careful doing it. As you see Nate Trito trying to close the gap in there on Jake Nichols a little bit. Mason Weitzel right there in third. Alan J. Elwood. We got a battle, though. We were talking about Marty Ray. He's going to go door to door for a moment with Eric Terrace as they come out and they go through the little short shoots, what I'm going to call them, style straightaways, as they head out of the turn. Looks like Eric did a slide job, and that's what I'm saying. He got loose, slid up, and Marty's going to capitalize.
Yeah, Marty's going to get to the inside here, coming into turn number 3. It is going to be a drag race in as Eric Tess backs it down, lets him in, but he keeps it right there. That way, when Marty Ray shoots up, Eric Tess was going to have the option to the inside, didn't take it. Coming here into turn number 4, he is going to be at that back bumper. It looks like Marty Ray is going to lead him down the front stretch.
Yes, I'm going to tell you, coming out of turn 4 here, a word we might be able to use, it might be good, momentum. You got to have the momentum around this place. Coming through the turns and coming into the turns, it takes momentum, kind of a glide style to keep that car momentum and keep the speed up. If not, you can drop so much speed coming out of these turns and not be able to wind it up. If a car's coming behind you, well, they're going to have the momentum and they're going to shoot. I think what we're going to see coming out of turn 4 and in turn 4 is guys that are really fast in front of them. If they lose that momentum coming into 4, coming out, that guy's going to get that advantage going down that long chute straight away.
Yeah, most definitely, Joe. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to watch these guys do. But right now they're doing a great job here. Hunter McDaniel running back here at 16th position. That's another new, well, not a newcomer, but he recently moved up from the K&N in the Truck Series. Now running here in the Xfinity, running 16th. He's been having some strong running. He did really well last season in the K&N, so I'm glad to see him move up here into the Xfinity.
Yeah, you got you right there. Hunter McDaniel looking good out there in that 16th. Now right behind him, we talk about newcomers. That 74 machine of Greg Bradshaw. That's another new one here. So got a lot, like we said, it's growing. Got a lot of new guys like the Sim. Guys are here doing good, and it's a huge field. We started 39 bad fast boys and some bad fast cars on a bad fast prestigious Indianapolis Speedway here. So it's been fantastic the way I see it. Now we talk about the veterans. Flipping on that side, you got Edie Kurtz out there. Obviously Jake Nichols, Alan J. Elwood, Cameron Hearn. I mean, we could sit here to who's who of veterans out here. It's just, I mean, if you look through this field, it's like, wow.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, even though just last season I had to watch on your stream, watching these guys go, it was always a blast watching a bunch of names such as John T. Wimich last year had a good run. Of course, Matt Hoover and Richie Evans and all them guys. So I'm excited to see who's going to be there in the end for the championship.
Yeah, definitely. We got that chase there. Well, we know a couple drivers already won this season that are locked into that, and kind of ease the pressure off of them as it goes on here. Jake's still out front. Nate Trito right there in second. We talk about John T. Wimich. He's running here in 20th. Ken Ladd, that's another one right there who has been up here running pretty good so far. He's got the 11 machine sitting in the 20th spot. Behind him, we got old Cody McFadden. He's in the 27. Tom Whitmore, not the qualifying time that he wanted. He's got that 6, and it looks like he's got some damage on that machine.
Yeah, they gotta watch it, man. These walls here at Indy will sneak up on you and bite you if you don't watch. But he has got some right side damage. As we're under caution right now, Joe.
Under caution for the first time.
That looks like that's going to be the 92 of Aaron Toolhurst.
92. Alright, let's back here on here and watch it. Well, he's heading up there. He's battling right now. Looks like he almost got loose going to turn 1. 40 machine went up underneath him there, Dave, and he's heading through the 2 turns. And he just looks like he's just battling that car right now loose. Good battles going on there behind him. We're watching him come down the back stretch here. I got a feeling this is basically, he went into that turn and probably just lost it.
Yeah, it looks like the back end just come out from behind him and then just went into a spin and unfortunately got hit by another driver. I think that's going to be the 146 machine. Unfortunately, nowhere for him to go, but that looks like it's going to be the only cars involved.
Ooh, Mark Bratcher there. That's another newcomer here. Hate to see that on him. Very fast guy, been able to come up here. And Dave, I must have took it too far back. Still watching this replay. I went back 15 seconds. Wow.
I think you went back a little further there, Joe.
Let's see that. Oh, there he went. Came out of turn. Boom. Oh, yeah, the 146. And just, hey, that was just like one of those wrong place, wrong time. Real estate closed up on him. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we said, though. You got to watch these turns because if you're fighting your car a little too much, that's just going to get that back end to kick out. And exactly what we saw with the 92 machine.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Everyone coming down on pit road. It's interesting to see if we can't get a talk in with one of these guys just to maybe see how this track is to them. Got any preference?
Whoever you choose there, Joe. Come on, man. You know I'm not picky.
Come on, man. Come on.
Whoa.
Look at that race coming off pit road. Wow.
That's what I just saw. It was like a freaking, I don't think you could have fit a can opener in there, Joe.
Absolutely not. They're in the cone and everything over there. It was probably they were 3 wide coming off pit road. But you know, that shows you maybe track position is something that's very important. And you know what? Since the man came out in second spot, why not? Let's go with Alan J. Elwood. We'll get a talk, if we can get a talk in with him. Way down there on the bottom.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Joe is digging through the maze of drivers.
Absolutely, a whole pit lane worth here. Let's bring up Alan and see how he's feeling. Alan J. Elwood, Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha, Joe.
Well, and I tell you, out here, we saw that mess coming off of pit road there. I mean, it was like 2 and 3 wide there. I mean, and it made me and Dave think, is track position very valuable here, and how's the track feeling?
Track position is really critical here, especially on the restarts. I think after the track gets warmed up for a bit, the outside line will work a little bit better in the corners. I've been able to make it work in practice after the track got warmed up, but I know Jake really wanted that 3rd spot inside line, and I inched him out coming out of pit road, so he'll have the advantage going into 1. But we'll just have to try and make it stick, and if it doesn't, fall in line and see where we race from there.
Absolutely. Well, you think you got the car to pull this thing off tonight?
That's one of my better tracks, so I'm hoping. The setup has pretty much reacted the same way we raced here last time, where you get a few laps on the tires and the back end really wants to come out, especially on the long straightaway corners. So I'm pretty strong here, so just got to stay out of the mess.
Absolutely, staying up front there. Well, the only difference I could see, and I remember you running here last time, you did very well, is what do you think about the 73 out there? You got enough to hold him off?
Yeah, every single time you see Jake out on the track, you know he's probably your number one to beat. So I do. I mean, I think I can hold him off. I've done it before. But like I say, you know, you just got to stay up front and not cause any mental mistakes, you know, overshooting your pits and anything like that. So we'll see what we got.
All righty, good deal. Hey, Alan, good luck out there.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, that's Alan J. Elwood. So I can get him way down here in his group. He's from Alliance Racing Group down there. And man runs go-karts too. If you ain't ever seen them, he's got some awesome racing style go-karts. See him on Facebook all the time. Nice looking race karts that he runs.
I tell you, those little go-karts they run, those things are fast, Joe.
Absolutely. Had one when I was younger. Thing do about 70-something mile an hour.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm not a small boy, and those things will whip me around pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, as we're getting set here to go back, I'm going to say it'll probably be one to go here. Look at that. Nate Trito's going to put it out front. Alan J. Elwood right there in second. Jake Nichols in third. Keith Haney pulling it up there into fourth. Mike Rominger in fifth. Well, you talk about a muscle-powered group, names of names right there in drivers. That right there is a list. I mean, you'd be playing the lotto to guess whoever's going to win through there.
Well, I'm not very good with the lotto, so I'm not even going to start picking. But I tell you what, it's going to be interesting.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Going to be very, very interesting. As we get back here, they're going to cross the line. Going to be lap 14. Going to be in the books here tonight. As they, when the green flag flies, Nate Trito's going to try to get what he can. Mason Weitzel's up there too. What? I don't know. All these guys. I get a little nervous on these restarts a little bit here because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you could have anything from wheel spin, which will cause a big checkup, which could result in a big pow up there on the restart. So these drivers got to watch their throttle control coming here to the restart to make sure they don't spin them tires, because that could pretty much end the race real quick.
Yeah, you got that. You know, it's just like Alan was talking about here. As tires go on, might be able to use the high line. As of right now, we saw him using a lot of the low line. As pace cars coming out of 4 here, it's going to drop off on pit road and let these, well, actually it's coming into 4 now, my bad. I get a little confused because we got the little short shoots is what I call them, those short straightaways there. This is not like an oval, it's almost like a rectangle style track. But now we're out of 4. Pace car slowly coming out pit road, ducks off on pit. You see these guys come to life here as they do. Boy, Nate Trito gets a good jump. And Jake Nichols comes along with him. Now, that's teamwork there because they are teams.
Yeah, as we see Alan Elwood jumping there into the 3rd position. He didn't quite get the jump on Jake Nichols that he wanted, but he's still sitting there in good position. Mason Weitzel sitting there in 4th. Keith Haney rounding out your top 5 there, Joe.
Absolutely. I thought you was dead there for a second, Dave, but good battle up front. Jake Nichols is taking on the back deck lid there. Nate Trito as they head off into the turn. He is trying to stalk him right here to see if he can't get it done. Just don't know if he can with one groove, but here comes that 4. He said he thinks he's got something. It's his best track here. I've seen him run here at Indianapolis, and I think he does. As they storm out of the turn to come down the straightaway, they'll complete lap 14 and be lap 15 here of 68, folks. And they are single file here at Indianapolis Speedway for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Right now, it's a 3-car battle up front. Mason Weitzel's a little behind him. Keith Haney's right there.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look down through here. One of our biggest movers so far, that's going to be the 20 of Ethan Kurtz. He started back in 22nd position up to 15th right now. So he's cracked the top 15 while we still have, it looks like we're showing 54 laps to go.
Absolutely. Got the keepbanging.com machine out there. Ethan Kurtz in the 20. Well, that's one thing. Don't want to bang the wall or anything like that or blow that thing sky high. Well, he's got a slew of a battle in front of him with James Thorndike and Richie Evans up there. So he's got to be very careful. The problem is now he's got his hands full with the 5 machine of Chris Caboo, who goes on the inside of him. They're going to take it door to door to 3 wide in the backside.
Yeah, I don't know about 3 wide here at Indy, but it looks like they're going to get back to double file and then back to single file. Is that 20, though, of Ethan Kurtz there? He's looking to try to make some moves, but he has got some traffic and some good drivers there ahead of him.
Absolutely. We've still got a good battle here between Richie Evans and James Thorndike. Those two guys been going at it. The 48 machine and the 59 right there. The 5 of Chris Caboo. He got around Ethan Kurtz. 15. Look out, John T. Wimmis out there. He's got that autosbynelson.com machine running around here. You're looking for a Toyota, car, Ford, Chevy, whatever. You're just looking for a car at a good price. Check them boys out, man. autosbynelson.com. And that's a real sponsor, by the way, that he runs on there. And it's awesome to see that here in the sim community.
Yeah, I mean, just the advances in the 2-3 years I've been on iRacing, just looking at all the different things. Because I tell you what, Jim, I'm actually looking forward to the new Rallycross coming out
Yes.
sometime this fall here on iRacing.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, I want to. I like to broadcast one of them things, commentate it, because I think it'd be kind of cool, man, telling them to come sideways out of the asphalt, man, going into the dirt, man, doing a dirt slinging and then hit the hill. He's in the air. Dukes a hazard in that style. So I think it'd be cool to call one of those. But I also want to race it because I think it'd be interesting.
Oh, anytime you can get some air in a heavy race machine like that, it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. And what's fun right now is these guys, man, are just storming around this track here. And we got Mike Rominger up here. He's trying to battle it out a little bit here with Bryce Senesac. They're not teammates up there, but that 9 machine of Bryce, he made it work. He went around Mr. Extreme himself there, Mike Rominger. What is very surprising right now, I shouldn't say it that way. I'm sorry, because I'm taking away from the guys. But Nate Trito, he's walking away here. Call him the hard charger. And I chuckle a little bit because I talked to Nate. I talked to all these drivers. I try to get out there in the community and talk with them here at Extreme. And I came up with that nickname because the boy gets out there, he runs very, very hard, then he messes up. He might hit the wall or something. Goes to the back, comes back to the front, charging up there again, does it again. Does about 2 or 3 times in a race. And I always said, you know what, that's got to be the hard charging this guy on the track. So it's kind of the way I got the nickname for him.
Well, it's worked for him, and he's got out front. But I tell you what, in the earlier run that we had there, Joe, we saw Jake Nichols. Once he got out front into that clean air, he started pulling away. Now we're seeing it again with Nate Trito. Makes me wonder, though, that car that's out there in that clean, fresh air might have a little bit of an advantage because Nate Trito is now up to 0.5 of a second over Jake Nichols.
And you're right. That's what Alan J. Elwood was telling us about out there. Once you get out, track position is very important. Now, the thing is, I'm seeing that Nate's coming out of those turns a little sideways, sliding a little. You're going to do that in these cars. I mean, these turns, folks, it's about momentum. You're carrying so much speed coming out of, you got to have so much speed going in and going through the turns here. I remember driving this track a lot back when I was doing a lot of the racing, and it's just this track here is very tricky, momentum and whatnot. But yeah, out front, I think that's where you want to be.
No, definitely, Joe, because these cars are no open wheel Indy car or anything like that. Formula One cars. These cars are heavy. You've got to use your momentum. It's all about the momentum of the vehicle. Because when you get off of it, you got to get that car to rotate in order to make these turns. So, I mean, it's not like the downforce of often a Formula One or a Indy car, where those things zoom around this track at 200 mile an hour.
Absolutely, you got that right. Those guys fly around here, and they've got the downforce, the weight, and all that for them, playing in their favor. Another guy we didn't really talk much about here, but I'm going to tell you, the crafty old veteran there, and he's sitting in the 12th spot, that's Vern Bradley. He's got that 14 iBi-powered machine looking good so far. Trying to run in the tire tracks of Marty Ray at a 65. James Thorndike and Richie Evans behind him. They still were battling for a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see, though, when that high line comes in. We've said this a couple times, Dave, throughout races. Oh, we got a car spinning. That looks like Mason Weitzel.
It is. It's a 99 Mason Weitzel. Looks like he lost it there coming out of turn number 2.
Ooh. No caution. Now, that's another thing to bring up here in iRacing. If they get far enough off the track, this is one of these tracks where it will not throw a caution. So let's go back on the replay here, because I did catch that on my eye, and let's see the viewers at least. Let's see what happened. I saw those guys up there. Yeah, he just came out of turn, and classic turn 2 right there. You come out of there with too much speed, you get back on the gas too early, and it's going to loop that thing. Good thing he didn't look like he didn't touch anything.
Yeah, he didn't touch anything, but I tell you what, Joe, if you look up front, Jake Nichols has caught Nate Trito now, only 2/10 behind him, so he's right on that back bumper there, Nate Trito.
Yeah, you got to look. These cars are getting very slick here, and well, it's all about tire management. It's all about throttle control here. You got to be easy on it, but you still got to maintain that speed. 150, 160 some mile an hour going through these tight style turns. It's very tricky, and you got to maintain just that amount. The RPMs fall just right there at the borderline of where that motor needs to crank back up again. So it's a cat and mouse going through some of these turns here. It still looks like old Nate Trito's holding Jake off on Bay right now.
Yeah, he's able to keep right now Jake Nichols at bay, but my thing is maybe Jake Nichols is playing a little bit of that strategy, getting up there, filling that rear view mirror, hoping that the one of Nate Trito starts watching that mirror, and all Jake Nichols right now is looking for is that one mistake.
Yep, you got that. There he goes, and he will look. He closed the gap in there a little bit as the 73 is looking to try to take the lead away from the number 1 machine, who is in the number 1 spot. And he can do it here as he come out of 4. If he's got the momentum, he'll take that draft heading off down here. I got a feeling, let's watch the speed here just for a second. They're in the 190s. He had about 191 before he had to bring it back down to the 150 range.
I tell you what, I love this track. Is challenging, but I kind of miss racing it, Joe.
Yeah, I raced it for a little bit. It's one of those tracks where when tires start to wear, this place here will test your ability.
Well, maybe that's my problem. I don't have the ability.
Well, hey, neither. I finished a lot of third places here. Never won in any of the official races, but I'm gonna tell you, we got a battle for the lead. 73 goes on the inside. I think he's got what he needs coming out of 4. He's gonna make that pass here, and made it with ease right there. He set him up, and I think that's what he was setting him up all along for.
Yeah, take a look there. Even Alan Elwood was able to close that gap a little bit as those two were battling it out. He's now just 6/10. He's actually losing time to him now. Now Nate Trito is the man on the hunt, as he is going to try to get back around some way around the 73 of Jake Nichols.
Yeah, he's going to have to try to figure something out. It's like Alan J. Elwood said. Anytime 73, and again, we see here, folks, everybody's like, man, I always talk about him. Well, I mean, hey, he is a good driver, but we also have 40 other drivers out here that are just as good, that can very much come out here and compete and do what they need to do week in and week out. It's just like Alan J. Elwood. He put it in perfect words, and I've said it time and time again. You got to put a complete race together and not make mistakes, not run your car to death, and be able to, and that is the biggest difference. Not always about being the fastest.
All right, Joe, we are under caution. It looks like the 20 of Ethan Kurtz came around off of turn number 4, hitting the inside wall.
Let me see if I can't find old Mr. Ethan Kurtz on our huge list. That's one thing about a huge list of drivers. Takes me a minute to find them. Oh, that's a big pile up too. Let's see here one more time. We'll take it back one more time here. All right, we're coming out of turn 4. Yeah, he hit the wall, threw him back up on the track. I'm gonna tell him how John T. Wimmis got through there. But wow, yeah, the 82 involved, and the problem is, he went back up on the track. Davis Richards involved. Tom Whitmore almost involved. You know, there's just nowhere you could go. I mean, that was just like a hole that just closed very fast.
Yeah, that's one thing though. These high rated speed, you hit that inside wall, you're at mercy of the car. And as we saw Ethan Kurtz hitting that inside wall, he had no control over that car. It shot him right back up into the track air, and unfortunately, quite a few drivers sustained some heavy damage from that.
Absolutely. Got a helicopter going on in the background?
Who?
Sounded like a helicopter for a second.
Joe, I think you're hearing things. I need to get new batteries for your hearing aid, man.
I think it was a... I don't know.
I think it's my nerves. Maybe my chair's rocking from such an exciting race.
Well, I mean, you know, these guys, my hat's off to them. They have done a phenomenal job out here at Indy. But this is it is a tough, very, very tough track here because we're live here tonight at Indianapolis Speedway for Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series. A track here that, they're running pretty good long green flag. They're running to that green flag to where those tires, like I was saying before, become a very, very bad problem, which can be fixed by what they're doing now. Everyone coming into pit road.
Yeah, my question is, do you think we're going to have any two-tire heroes here trying to gain that track position?
Not at this early. Well, I don't see it. Not this early. I mean, I know track position is important, but tires still here are important. If they go long green flag again, all that track position you might have gotten. Tom Whitmore spins in pit road back there.
Yeah, also this looks like, I think that's might be the 87 there. No, I think it's the 67. Cameron Hearn looked like he might have slid through his pit stall a little bit, had to back up. That's going to cost him some time off pit road.
Yeah, wow. So we'll see what this race mess looks like coming off pit road again here. That's, don't look too bad that time. They come off our single file 2 wide this time.
Yeah, I was thinking we might have, I was hoping, well, not hoping, but thought maybe we were going to get some 4 wide off pit road.
That's about what it was the last time. Guys was drag racing it off there.
Well, as we heard Alan Elwood say, track position is everything. Coming off pit road, looks like right now the 92 of Aaron Toolhurst is going to be our leader right now. Looks like he stayed out.
He did. Aaron Toolhurst stayed out. I mean, he might be staying out to get some bonus points. I don't see staying out this long. I mean, I don't know.
We're about to find out as they come out of turn 4. It looks like he is going to stay low. And, yep, he is going to make his way down on pit road, just trying to get them valuable bonus points for leading a lap.
There you go. And nothing wrong with that. Get you some points out here because points are valuable at the end of it. Might be crucial. I've seen points titles won by 1 point, lost by 1 point, and positions gained and lost by a couple points. And so obviously ties too, positions and stuff like that. So it can help us go on down through. And John out there says Bradshaw. Oh, Greg Bradshaw. All right. Well, he's right there in the 19th spot right now in that 74 machine.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good sitting right there. He's got some front end damage on that machine of his, on that Chevy Camaro, though.
I think he might have got a clip on that last incident here. Probably no harm, no foul, but just a little bit there. John T. Wimmis one that got through there pretty good. Unfortunate, though, Davis Richards, the 51 machine, I hate it for him. Did a fantastic job at Daytona in a season opener. Hey, his season's just not been like he wanted ever since, though.
Yeah, but we still got a lot of racing left to go, so you still got time to turn that around. There
you go. I appreciate the sub there, Angelo iRacer. I'm gonna take you do some iRacing yourself, and that's awesome because we are here at iRacing. It's iRacing Sim. It's the virtual world here in NASCAR tonight because we're live here at Indianapolis Speedway for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Myself up here, OSR Network booth. I'm accompanied with old Dave Everly, though, from Trade Broadcast, who does, hey, if y'all want to see some awesome action here at Extreme, check out Monday and Tuesday, because them boys over at Dre Broadcast, they do that for you. They got a great broadcast there. Check them out on YouTube. Here on the Wednesday and Thursday over here at OSR Network, we got it here at Extreme. So it's cool for us to come together here. We've said it time and time again, Dave. It's something that we just don't see happen in the broadcast industry.
Sorry about that, Joe. I had my attention pulled away for a second. I didn't quite hear what you said.
Oh, well, no, I was just saying about how me and you just don't see the two, Dre and OSR Network coming together. I said we've said it time and time again. Just don't see it in the community.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, we've had a couple people say it's like NBC and Fox switching out and doing broadcasts together. Don't see it, but don't see it much on iRacing, but you'll see it here with OSR Network and Dre Broadcasting, because quite a few times you popped over and called races on Dre Broadcasting, and here I am on OSR Network helping to bring all the Xfinity action. That's
what I was saying, and I was telling the folks, man, if they want to see the trucks and the K&Ns here at Extreme, check y'all out over there on Monday and Tuesday. And, a lot of action throughout. So, definitely we got action for you. If you like racing, there's a non-stop river. There you go. There's a word I can use. I had to find a word. River full of just racing for you.
Yeah, I mean, where else are you going to find 4 nights a week of live action? Everything from the K&N cars all the way to the Monster Energy cars.
Yeah, that's it. If you want to take it even further, I mean, heck, we'll take you 7 days all around, 365 here. Because that's just what we do. Love doing it. Bringing us action, calling here. As I get said here, these guys are about to get up here, tighten them seat belts up, get a little bit more nervous on this restart. Jake Nichols out front, Nate Trito's right beside him. Bryce Senesac there in third. You got Mike Rominger sitting up in fourth. Alan J. Elwood rounds out the top 5. Pace cars coming out of turn 4 here, Dave. And it's about to let loose some awesome American-made horsepower here at Indianapolis. And there we go. Jake Nichols puts a hammer down. Hold on to it back there, Keith. As they almost got stacked up, and the roar of the motors come to life. Smell of fuel and a burning rubber as they head off into 1.
Yeah, taking a look there, the 09 of Bryce Senesac moving up into 3rd place, getting around Mr. Extreme Mike Rominger. Eric Tess, he's sitting there in 5th. Alan Elwood shuffled back to 6th. Cameron Hearn sitting 7th. So we still got a lot of big names as we're under caution again.
13's around. Saw him right there. That's my old Matt Hoover. Saw him spin back in the back. If we can't get to him and see exactly what happened here. Bring it on back here on the replay one more time. Saw him. He came out of turn there. I think it was just a case he got loose again, but I'll take it back here just to make sure. I caught it in the corner of my eye. Yeah, he caught the actual apron in the grass coming through that turn, and that thing just looped around him. Not a place you want to try to be at. That was in turn number 3 right there.
Yeah, he's real lucky, though. All the other drivers was able to get around him, so he didn't really hit anything, didn't cause any damage to that machine, just had it got spun around. Well, we got looking 2 or 5 laps now on these tires. Only 1 or 2 there under green flags, so I don't look for any pitting going on here this caution.
No, unless you're in the far back, then I'd probably just take a chance, maybe getting tires just in case we get a long green flag. You might have that advantage of a couple laps of newer tires, but that you're up front. I've been fooled before. I agree with you. I'm not coming in. I mean, if I'm way back, maybe 15th or maybe I'd say even 20th back, I'd probably say, okay, sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure these guys, pit chiefs, are doing their calculations, got their calculators out, their computers. They're pumping and plotting the numbers just to see if it's worth coming down for. So as you said, I think we're going to see maybe a few as they are now coming out of 4. Let's see who's going to go down pit road.
Absolutely. Don't die on me over there now.
I'm trying not to, Joe.
Well, watching here, we see old Tom Whitmore back there in the back. He's with Davis Richards and old Don Kidder Jr.'s back there. Ryan Keys, Colton Lane, Scott Minton, Aaron Tolhurst, Matt Hoover. Unfortunately, one that just did the spin right there. So, yeah, if you're in the back there like that, then you definitely, and we see it, those guys are definitely going to come into the pits, top off a little bit, get 4 tires. Why not? You're in the caution here. You got nothing to lose when you're that far back.
Yeah, we also saw the 59 of James Thorndike come down on pit road. Also the 12 of John T. Wimbish. So they're thinking about fuel mileage here. But we are still being led by the 73 of Jake Nichols. Nate Trito sitting second. Bryce Sinisek third. Mike Robinson fourth. And Eric Tesk moving up into that 5th position.
There you go, Iceman for the Neverlands. That's what we call him, Eric Tesh. There, he's looking good. He's got an actual real sponsor on there. His race team from the roadside here at Iracing. He's a handful of them. We'll get the rundown order here soon. If these guys get spread out again, we'll try to get that OSR network run down through this whole entire field. We still got 35 machines out here. We started with 40. It's been a good field so far. Been a good race. These guys have gotten spanned out just a little bit here at Indy and have done some pretty good things. Most of the wrecks have really just been kind of single car, and it's typical Indy. They're losing it coming out of the turn.
Yeah, most definitely. But you know what? That just reminded me something talking there about Eric Tesk. You said his road racing team. You know, Joe, we talk about Monday and Tuesdays, the K&N, the trucks, Wednesday, Thursday, Extreme, or the Xfinity and the Cup. One thing we forget to mention, Monday nights as well. Extreme Motorsports, the Rick Motec Sports Car Series. That's right. Here at Extreme, they also got road racing. It's with the Ford Mustang and the MX-5. It's a 2-class race. Definitely check them out. They're broadcasted live by Apex Racing.
Yep, you got that right. I want to tell you, if you want some of the baddest in road racing, go race with them. They've got actually what they call Team Extreme. Kevin Ford is over there, the man that runs that operation and races in there in the top series. Like I say, you got the Ford GT500, and then you got the MX-5 over there. But wow, that they got some extreme boys over there.
Yeah, I actually my first broadcasting company I worked for, we did the season of them. I tell you what, you got Mike Dam over there. You got Travis Davis, TD over there. You've got John D. Allen over there. Giuseppe's over there. Some of those guys, man, I tell you, watching them go around those tracks, whew, I like my road racing, but, man, there ain't no way I can keep up with them guys.
They make it look easy, don't they? It's just like these guys out here, they make it look easy. I mean, you got guys like Allen, Jake, and all these guys out here. I mean, just to name a few. And you come out here, and I've run around them, done some fun runs with them, and, you know, Jake could get right down and come up on the back end. I'll be like, all right, here comes Jake. He's going to go around me. I'm going to ride behind him, see if I can learn something. Yeah, right, I ain't riding behind him. And I know he's off in the sunset somewhere. It's just amazing to watch how much faster, but you can learn. So that's the thing. Just like those guys over there at the Rick Motec Series here at Extreme and the roadside, you can learn from them. Just like you can here with these guys here. Got a lot of pro-style drivers in our Cup Series. That's the top tier. And a lot of fast guys here also.
Yeah, most definitely here is, I think we're going to get the one to go this time around here, Joe. So we're getting ready to go back Green Flag Racing, led by Jake Nichols on the inside, Nate Trito on the outside. And you got Bryce Sinisek, Mike Rominger. They're in that second row. Third row, we're going to have Alan Elwood and Eric Tess. So we're going to have some battle up here as we are actually at the halfway point of tonight's race.
All right. 1 second. I changed some batteries.
Oh, man, Joe. Well, as we wait on Joe to change his batteries here, we've got the coming out of turn number 2, coming down the long backstretch. All right, you got your hearing aid in, Joe?
yeah, I can hear now. Hey, look, everybody wonders how I got so much energy. I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I change batteries every once in a while.
I thought you changed them right before the race, Joe.
I forgot. You know what? I thought I would have them charged up, too. Wow.
Well, looking there in the chat, Rockstar Driver, he thinks we need some SRA drivers in this series, Joe.
Bring them on. We had Delonte Ballard for a while coming over here running in the Xfinity Series. Don't know what happened to him, so tell Mr. Showstopper over there at the SRA if he's listening, get on over here. Bring some of them guys. I like the SRA guys that run on the Thursday night. They come over here. Wow, there's some bad fast guys too, by the way. Wow, Sim Racing Authority.
We got some bad fast drivers over here at Extreme, so it'd make for an interesting broadcast there, Joe.
Yes, it would, absolutely. As pace cars coming out of turn 4 here, Dave, and it's about to let loose. Jake Nichols up front. He's going to try to lead the charge here as they're going to get the set. Pace cars in. Here we go, folks. Nate Trito's on the outside. Bryce Senesack sitting on the end. On third spot, Mike Rominger, Mr. Extreme himself. He gets a good start. Alan J. Elwood, man, marred in a little traffic there as he got started heading off. Look at that. Alan's going to say, I need the inside line coming in. That's going to leave Mike Rominger on the outside. Unless he can get in that hole, he does. They go single file coming out of 2. They're coming out of 1, heading into 2. They come out of 2, still single file.
Yeah, these guys here, I pretty much was figuring it was going to be a one lane track here. Is right now I'm taking a look at the 67 of Cameron Hearn. He's going to look to the inside there of the 96 Eric Test coming into the turn. Test is going to let him go as they drop back down into single file. Take a look at that though. The 65 Marty Ray, he is already up into 11th position there. After he kind of fell back a little bit after starting in the 9th position. Another newcomer to the series, but not too extreme, 5700 McDaniel. He is in a battle right now with the 5 of Chris Cabu, battling for that number 12 position.
Wow. Well, you know, some awesome battling, but as I was doing that, I was showing the viewers out here the replay. It didn't bring a caution out, but the 64 machine of Cody McFadden spun, got some contact back there, spun and hit the inside wall, got it turned around and going again. Didn't look too much damage out there, but you're right, Dave. Wow, some of the new guys starting to step it up here. And another one, I hadn't talked much about him, Cameron Hearn. Look at that, poking his nose in the 6th spot as he's moving that 67 machine up to the front.
Yeah, he's on a move there, but I mean, just some of these guys right behind him: Keith Haney, Vern Bradley, Dwayne Culberson. Then you've got Marty Ray, Hunter McDaniel, Mason Weitzel, and Chris Gibu and Richie Evans there. That's your top 15. A lot of fast drivers, still 31 laps to go. So hopefully we'll get some green flag pit stops, because like I say over there on Jerry Broadcasting, Sean picks on me all the time about it. I like him green flag pit stops because that separates the men from the boys. And
it does, you're right. It definitely shows the driving and the skill brought out as we got a battle here going on. Alan J. Elwood, he's looking on the inside of Mike Rominger. Is probably going to be able to take it. He's going to bring Cameron Hearn along with him. Oh, they've woken up the 67 machine as he's trying to bring it to the front. Here comes Alan, though. He has got that Alan J. Elwood's design machine, and we got a car in the wall. It's a lap car, 28. Oh, no, it's a Chick-fil-A. We were just talking about Chick-fil-A. Man, he just rammed the chicken right into the wall.
Well, Joe, I guess he's not going to be the first 100 in that new Chick-fil-A in your area to get that free meal for a year.
No, he's not. That's Ryan Keese also. Man, I tell you, nice looking car, but I tell you, that chicken man just died on the track right there. Let's watch the replay here and see if we can't get an idea of what happened. He was off the pace anyways, and I think the leaders was coming up on him. They were, and I think it was just another case coming out of turn number 4. He just lost it. Yep, caught the apron and the 2 tires, and that thing just looped around on him. He tried to hold on to it, boom. Again, right there, textbook of what I was talking about earlier in the race. This place will definitely jump out and bite you on the turns if you don't maintain momentum.
Yeah, most definitely. But going back here to the race, I am keeping an eye on that 4 of Alan Elwood. He is catching up to the 09 of Bryce Senesack. He is on the move. That man right there is on a mission tonight, Joe, with 29 laps to go.
That's Alan J. Elwood, and Alan J. Elwood's design machine number 4. He has come crawling on the back deck lid of the 09 of Bryce Sinisak, trying to take that 3rd spot again. What's going on, John, out there? We got 2 Johns out in the chat. John Brummett, John Marine. What's going on, fellas? We got a good race happening here. 29 more laps to go. Might seem like a little bit, but it's an eternity on this huge style track. Alan J. Elwood knows time's running out. He needs to get the job done here as he's climbing on the back end of that 9 of Bryce Sinisak.
Yeah, Bryce Sinisak kind of going on to the inside there to try to break that draft up with the 4 of Alan Elwood. But Elwood keeps it right there. He's right there in position. So hopefully Bryce doesn't pay too much attention to that rearview mirror and focuses what's going on, because that's one thing that I'm definitely guilty of is while I'm racing, I watch my rearview a little more than I should.
All right, cool deal. You know what? Hey, nobody say anything about that logo again. Wow. That's awesome.
Come on, man.
Well, for some reason, every once in a while, they get kicked up upside down. I don't know why.
Well, Joe, we know you're a little upside down sometimes, so.
Yeah, I know. Terrible. Hang on.
Terrible.
I'll fix it. Keep talking. I'll fix it.
Well, while Joe has been pointed out there by the accountant John Marine, so we're going to go back here to the action as we are still watching the 4 of Alan Elwood. He is still all over that back deck lid of Bryce Sinisak, but Bryce Sinisak doing a good job keeping him. But up in front, though, Jake Nichols, though, he is out to well over a 2nd lead over Nate Trito. Nate Trito sitting there in 2nd, and he has got just, well, actually just about 0.6 of a second lead over our 3rd place, the 09 of Bryce Sinisak, who's now also under fire from Alan Elwood and Cameron Hearn, who's right there ready to catch that. Alan Elwood making a move here on the front stretch, getting to the inside. He is going to take that 3rd position away from Bryce Sinisak, moving himself up into 3rd. His next mission is catch the 1 of Nate Trito.
All right, we'll tell you what, got the logo fixed, flipped up and good. Yeah, I was just trying to see if y'all was out there awake in the chat, see if y'all was paying attention to the race. John Marine popped in late. He was like, hey, there you go. But hey, folks, there you go. I had to let Dave man get some calling in the action. He don't get much talking going on, so I wanted to hear him talk for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I got Sean Zulu over there, aka Shulu. Good guy, great commentator. Just doesn't really give me much room to speak, Joe.
Absolutely. Well, hey, does a good job in his own there. Why not? Man loves doing it. You talking about? I call him Shula, but yeah, Sean out there. He's a good guy. I know he jumped in last time in the chat and he come out here and watched this great race. But you're right. Alan J. Elwood is the man on a charge here. Bryce Sinisak, Cameron Hearn still there. Count out Keith Haney. He's sitting in 8th spot. He's the defending champ here in this series.
Yeah, he's sitting looking good there in 8th after starting. He started 5th, dropped back a little bit. Vern Bradley right there behind him, starting 13th, up into the 9th position. Dwayne Culberson, we really haven't talked much about him, but look at him go in that 78 machine, starting 33rd, currently running in 10th, as he is right behind the 14 of Vern Bradley.
Yep, you're right. Vern Bradley, though, that's the old veteran out there. He's a little bit off of him right now. He's trying to run down there Eric Tesh, who was sitting in the 7th spot. What's going on, Nancy, out there? And I also got Pat out there in the chat. Well, Nancy, Tom's not having the best race as he can. And folks are sorry about the noise in the background here. And that's my youngest one back there tearing up the kitchen.
Sound like me right before the race here, Joe.
Absolutely. Well, you know, gotta watch it.
Well, tonight I ran out of Pop-Tarts. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No strawberry Pop-Tarts for me tonight. So I had to settle for 2 turkey and cheese sandwiches.
There you go, hammy ham and turkey worky. And no Pop-Tart. So Can't talk about Pop-Tarts, mate.
I have a feeling they're going to talk about them and make me run to the store and buy some.
Absolutely. Well, we got a good one here, and hey, these guys are running. They're running fast, but they definitely can make it to the store really quick. Now, you was talking about Marty Ray earlier on. He's still right there in 16th spot. Another guy behind him, didn't mention much on. That's old Nick Hunt, the 00. The man got the one hair flying out the wind. Out there running real good so far. I mean, not the night he wanted. And Tom Whitmore, who got caught up in a little bit of wreck. He's had a mishap on pit road. Boy, he is just drifting coming out of them turns. Looks very slick there. Right now, he's sitting in 18th spot.
Well, these guys sitting right about 19, 20 laps since the last time they pitted. So these tires are getting a little worn here. Right now, we're 23 laps to go. So we're starting to get right to that pit window, Joe. That last pit window where they can pit and make it on fuel. Because I'm not quite sure what the exact pit window is, but they're getting to the point where we can pretty much say that if they pit now or within the next 2 laps, they're going to be able to make it the remainder of the race. So that's going to start wondering who's going to try the short pitch strategy, get down pit road, get their 4 tires, get their fuel, and play that position game.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a good battle going on between John T. Wimbish and Chris Caboo. They almost went fender to fender right there and got together as the number 5 almost slid up there. But you're right, Dave. Dave, you're right there. We're getting down here to the closing laps. It's about 22 to go right now. I think these guys in the next lap or 2, a couple laps, they're going to take a pit stop here and get 4 tires, and that's going to do it. If it goes all the way, then they can make it all the way here. They'll just be able to, whoever manage those tires. And Dan Haney out there, he's rooting on old Keith Haney, the defending reigning current champ here in the Xfinity Series at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And I know I've seen him run long runs. He's a very good long green flag runner.
Yeah, he's sitting right there. He's sitting in a good position, sitting there 8th. He has got Eric Teskin. I mean, he can see him a little bit out of the draft of that pack in front of him as we see Eric Tess, Mike Rominger, Cameron Hearn, and Bryce Sinisak all kind of riding here in a little pack. Meanwhile, I'm taking a look here. Alan Elwood, he is actually catching Nate Trito. Only 4/10 difference between Elwood and Trito.
Wow. That means Alan J. Elwood's trying to move that thing to the front here. Well, John, I'm the first time I might have to disagree on a comment that you said out in the chat. Talk about Kansas being the best drift for stock cars. Probably not, because Kansas is a high line style track, especially on iRacing anyways. Now in real life, I could take, I'll drive one, but those tracks, Kansas here on iRacing, you're going to see Kansas here in the next couple weeks actually. And you'll see it's a top groove style track. These drivers definitely have kind of been like, when you talk about it. This place here, momentum. And if you catch that inside apron, this place here is very slick. Coming out of the turns, very treacherous. You got so much speed coming out, we're under caution.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here, Joe. I think that's going to start with the 13 of Matt Hoover here. As I'm taking a look at my replay, actually, I think it started... Yeah, it's going to be Matt Hoover in the 11 machine of Ken Ladd getting into a little bit of trouble here.
All right, well, let me go back here on the replay here and see if we can let the viewers see what we got here and show them the wreck and whatnot. Hate that on Matt Hoover. Not the night he was looking for. Spun earlier on. But, this track here at Indy, you've got to momentum through these turns the right way. And you've got to be very, very careful on the throttle, so much as that if you can get very, very tricky. Looks like the 13 slid up, and when he slid up, he just lost it, and then it obviously when he was sliding, checked up, took 2 of them with him. The 11 had nowhere to go. Wow, hate to see that. It's just kind of one of those wrong place, wrong time.
Well, you know what this caution's going to do, don't you, Joe?
Mix it up.
It's going to let these guys come down pit road for the final time here tonight.
It is. Now, cautions breed cautions. We all know that. We've said it time and time again, and they say it, and we see it in real life, that it's definitely, it's one of those things you, as a driver, you think in the back of your mind. But this right here could be the last caution, or excuse me, the last pit stop. So it also could be where you make or break your race. Alan J. Elwood said earlier he needs to get off on pit road before Jake. Nate Trito's the same thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree here as we see him coming into the pit. Jake Nichols there had to back up a little bit.
I saw that. So did Cameron Hearn, was watching the pit stop. So that's probably going to hurt him just a little bit. Yeah, because right now Nate Trito's ahead of him on pits. Comes off pit road's going to beat him. Alan J. Elwood's not going to make it off pit road in time. But wow, what a turn of events there.
Well, actually, I think that might have been a little strategy on Alan Elwood, because during that interview, he said that Jake Nichols was in the prime position starting third, and that's going to put Alan Elwood starting third.
You know, he did mention that. Now that you brought that up, a good point, Dave. I mean, I forgot all about what he was saying, and I know what he means. That inside line so important on the restart with newer style tires. So that right there, yeah, I'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it's still a crapshoot. I mean, we still got 18 laps to go.
Yeah, no doubt here. So we got Nate Trito up front. Now, Nate Trito, not one of these long style green flag runners. So when we go back to green flag racing, it's probably going to be about lap 15, lap 14. Again, everybody, obviously the last lap's the one we're looking for, but about 5 laps to go. Caution comes out, that ends it. So Nate is actually out here trying to get the best start he possibly can to get this thing, and maybe that he can get out there and get old Alan J. Elwood to battle with Jake, and that way he can get far enough out there, he might be able to steal this thing tonight.
Anything's possible, but I tell you what, though, that last run, though, Alan Elwood was on the move. But you also got to look at, it took him 20-some laps to get from, I think he started 5th or 6th that last restart, but it took over 20 laps for him to get back up into that 3rd position.
You got that right. Well, we're going to see what old Nate Trito can pull out of his hat of tricks up here. We'll count that man out in 4th, though, or 5th, or 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. We've got a good star studded right there in the whole top 10 there. But Eric Tesh, wow, battling back. Look at that. Iceman for the Neverlands. Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we are currently still sitting here under caution, 17 laps to go. We should be getting the 1 to green next time around. That means when we take the green flag, it is going to be 15 laps to go. A 15-lap shootout here in a 2.5-mile Indianapolis Super Speedway track. Being led by Nate Trito, Jake Nichols sitting in 2nd, Alan Elwood 3rd, Eric Tess sitting 4th, and Bryce Sinisak starting in your 5th position as they are now coming out of turn 4. I do believe these pace lights are going to be shutting off this time by. Once again, John Marine out there doing the math. That's right. 875 subscribers here to the OSR network, 25 away from 900 as the pace car crosses the start-finish line. Yep, lights are off. We are going back green flag racing with 15 laps to go as they do one more pace lap around the 2.5-mile 4-turn oval here at Indianapolis. So here's how it sets. Alan Elwood starting in that 2nd row on the bottom. He said that is the position, but looky here. The 1 of Nate Trito elected to start on the outside. That's going to put the 73 of Jake Nichols on the inside. That might just mess up the 4 of Alan Elwood's chances of getting up to the 1 of Nate Trito. So a little bit of team strategy going here, so we're definitely going to have to check this out.
All right, you're right there, Dave. And I tell you, as we're getting set here to go back, green flag racing, folks. Been entertaining. I was reading some of the chat out there, and old John Marine said it's going to be furious to the finish. He's right. I got a feeling. Here's where business picks up. That's what I always like to say. Business is about to pick up. Run what you brung, and hope you brought enough, because we're about here to finish this thing out. It's going to be like, so when they cross that line, it's going to be 15 to go this time by.
Yeah, and I was just pointing out to him, Nate Trito's starting on the outside this restart, Joe. As the pace car is off, the green flag flies. We are back green flag racing here. As the 1 of Nate Trito gets out to a good run. Look at the 96 of Eric Tex making move on the outside. Here comes Alan Elwood. They are battling for that 3rd position, while the 1 of Nate Trito, the 73 of Jake Nichols, pulling out to a good lead. Alan Elwood is able to hold off Eric Tex there for that number 3 position. But here comes the 09, Bryce Sinisak. They are going to go single file here coming into turn number 3.
Well, we had a huge wreck in the back there on the start here, Dave. Wow, and it started back there coming out of turn number 4 here. Let's watch it again. I believe it's turn 4. It's one of the turns out there. Get them kind of confused here because it's not kind of an oval style track. But when they came to the start, you were right. It happened back there in the back with James Thorndike and company back there. It was just a huge mess as they stormed out of turn 2. Yeah, a little net coat involved right there. Wow, nowhere to go. Everybody, 50s involved, 59, 57 in it. Wow, it was a huge one.
Yeah, that's huge, especially this late in the race. Only 14 laps left to go.
You got that right. Jake Nichols out front made the pass on Nate Trito. He's trying to set his sights on another win here tonight, and he's looking good. But don't count out that Alan J. Elwood number 4. If he can get that thing a-rolling, and he does. Look at the power movement he pulls out of the turn. He'll go to the inside of the 1 machine, and Nate Trito out of 4. He's going to try to look to run down that tide ride up there.
Yeah, he's going to try, but he still has not able to complete the pass on Nate Trito as they are side by side coming into turn number 1. Alan Elwood gets a good run, but I tell you what, Nate Trito is making that outside line work. He is not making it easy. It's an almost straight paint there. Alan Elwood is going to complete the pass as Nate Trito is going to drop down behind him. Now, Alan Elwood, can he catch Jake Nichols? Bryce Sinisak, can he get around Nate Trito? So many questions, so many good drivers. Don't know what's going to happen.
That's it, and time running out in the meantime. 13 laps to go for the 73 out front. Behind him, Alan J. Elwood and the Alan J. Elwood design machine. And you got the hard charger, Nate Trito. But don't count out Bryce Sinisak. That 09 man himself already pulled a win off here this season. He knows he's locked into that chase. You're right out there. We don't want to see a caution if all possible. And, yep. Sim Racing here. This is what we're seeing. Good battle, though, going between Eric Tesh and Mike Rominger right now. So watching these guys, man, fly off out of the turn here. Jake Nichols still up front. Here comes the crunch time. Jake's trying to break the draft up front. Wow. That's something, man, you just don't want to see. Well, you don't want to have to do, but sometimes you might have to do, because that's Jake up there, and he knows what needs to be done. Alan J. Elwood has a fast enough, fast ride to be able to pull it up there to get it done here, as that number 4 of Allen is sitting there in second spot. Jake sitting up in first in the 73. Nate Trito in third. He's got his hands full right now with Bryce Sinisak of the 09 machines. We'll take a little further back here. Cameron Hearn, along with Eric Tesh, the Iceman from the Neverlands, Keith Haney, Mike Rominger there in company. That's all four of those machines. They're battling it out a little bit. Vern Bradley, he's maintaining in the top 10. Awesome. Dwayne Culberson right there. Wow. Being able to bounce back here, folks. I'm going to tell you, guy started 33rd position. Worked his way all the way to 11th. That is a huge comeback in the Amazon. He's definitely making everybody's package get there on time. So that's nice to see. And he's looking for more. He's wanting to say, maybe I can get a top 10 here. We got 11 to go. You're right. Caution. Is that the thing we're going to see? Maybe. That's the big question. Who can get up front here? Who can pull this thing off? Richie Evans is still got his eye on the back here in the Lowe's machine there. Yeah, John. Hey, there you go. Tell him it. He welcome. And Nick Hunt right there in 13th spot. Chris Caboo been able to bounce back from a pretty good race here. He's sitting in 14. David Elliott, another one. Will bounce from 38 all the way to 15th. Don Kidder. He's right there riding along in the 16th spot. Looking good all the way from 35th. Wow. Not bad so far. Tom Whitmore in one beat up ride and still out there just trugging along, man. Knocking them off and trying to get positions. But he's got a slew of cars behind him, though, as he's just really fast off the pace. That's going to allow that machine, the 51 of Davis Richards, who was a couple laps down. Not the night he was looking for there, but allow them to get around him. As you can see, at number 6 there, Tom Whitmore, not in the position that he wants to be in. As we're getting to the closing laps, 9 to go here, folks. 9 to go. Old Dave said he'd be right back here. And not a problem, because we're going to call this action right off for you, folks. Up front, Jake Nichols still holding off. He's got a 1.2 second lead over that man, Alan J. Elwood. Last lap time was a 52.679 on Jake. Alan ran a 52.961. That's like almost, that's 2/10 faster. As we're seeing that machine, I think that's actually the 64 of Cody McFadden. He's pushing it up through there. They pick up pretty good speed. Now the Cup car, it's going to hit well into probably about 200 mile an hour, if not over, before it gets to that straight stretch. So those guys, yeah, they'll be doing some awesome speed throughout. Oh, Chris Caboo right there in the 14th, Nick Hunt 15th, Richie Evans 12th, Dwayne Culberson. An impressive run by him. He's trying to figure out a way to get around Vern Bradley here if he can. Well, Jake just definitely is climbing away. Ran a 52.968. Alan J. Elwood's 53.162. Wow. I tell you, Dave, it's been a who's who here, and I think these cars right now are getting spread out as we got 8 to go.
Yeah, as they're coming across here, the start-finish line, that's going to make it 7 to go. Jake Nichols out front. Alan Elwood, 1.6 seconds behind, but right behind Elwood, he has got company. That's Trito. Hearn is looking to get around Nate Trito, try to take away that number 3 position.
They're closing in on the back end there. Nate Trito, the one machine himself. Not too bad, but they fanned out. I was watching the lap times here. Jake's about 2/10, a little over 2/10 faster than Alan J. Elwood. That's just flat domination there, and flat knowing the track, really.
Yeah, I mean, 2/10, that's a pretty big difference. Don't seem like a big difference. That's a pretty big difference in lap times.
Yeah, I got that right. I was watching a car back there a minute ago. They just said Amazon car, and that is a good-looking car. That's actually Dwayne Culberson. He's sitting in the 11th spot. Was watching him a second ago. Still watching this battle here between Cameron Hearn closing in on Nate Trito. We got 6 to go. But Dwayne Culberson been able to battle back. Started way back in the 30-some position and battle back up to 11th.
Yeah, got to give him credit. I mean, just to gain those positions here at Indy, that's definitely hard. But, I mean, we are now looking 6 laps to go as the leader now coming through turn 3 into turn 4. So we're looking 5 laps to go. The only problem is, though, he keeps extending that lead over Alan Elwood. It's now 2.2 seconds.
Well, he's ran a 53.35 to a 53.62. That's moving, and you're right. I think right now tire wear is just the biggest disadvantage to the drivers. And again, Alan J. Elwood said it. You've got to put a complete race together. I've said that time and time again. But he's still got his hands full. Nate Trito's still there in the third spot. Cameron Hearn is all over the back end of him for fourth, as we still got 5 to go.
Well, Joe, it's go time, because technically next flag will end this race.
If a caution comes out, you're absolutely right. Flag would end this one here. So we're looking at it. Boy, Nate Trito comes out of the turn there, awful wiggly. Going to leave the door open for the 67 to Cameron Hearn. And he's going to be much obliged and say hello in the wall again. Nate Trito's got his hands full with that machine.
Yeah, it's the 67 to Cameron Hearn now moving up into third after starting, I do believe, take a look at my stat sheet here. Cameron Hearn started in third and now running third, so that's a pretty good day, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, broke even, why not? Love to see a little bit more. We'll see if we can't run down Alan J. Elwood there. The biggest thing is Nate Trito's just trying to survive at this point. That's an ill-handling rodeo ride of a machine he's got going on here with 4 to go.
Yeah, just look who's behind him, though. You got Bryce Sinisak, Eric Tesk, Mike Rominger, Mason Weitzel sitting there in 5th through 8th, so he's got some challenges to go as we're coming 4 to go.
Yeah, about to heat up right here for the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th spot there, respectively. And Nate Trito, Bryce Sinisak there, Eric Tesh, Iceman from the Netherlands, Mr. Extreme himself, Mike Rominger, and Mason Weitzel there. And don't count out, well, Keith Haney's a little further off in the back end there. But as we got 3 to go, all 4 or 5 of these cars now are in the nose-to-tail single file line.
Yeah, and they're also coming up on some slower traffic, so that's going to affect them a little bit here. Mike Rominger gets sideways.
Oh, Mike, and he's in the wall. If he gets off the track, might not bring a caution. But I was also saying we got a battle for third spot. Also, Nate Trito trying to dive on the inside. We saw the crash back there with Mike Rominger there, Dave. Didn't bring a caution, he got off, but look at Nate Trito. He is trying to manhandle that machine on the inside of the 67. They'll go door to door and swap paint coming out of 4.
Yeah, these two battle, and look, that's bringing the 09 and Bryce Sinisak. He is right there as well, as he is trying to push on the 1 of Trito, and the yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag's out, it's going to end it, and Nate Trito made that pass for third spot there with the help of Bright Sinisak, who made the pass for 4th. Wow, what a duel there. I know Jake's going to be one happy camper that this one's over with and relieved, but that was a battle there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th we saw. And don't know why the caution's out, but maybe you can see.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out. I seen the 59, but he was off the track.
We'll just cough it up as debris.
Well, I'm just going through the field here to see if I can see anything, but I'm not seeing any cars around.
Yeah, we'll just say debris caution. How's that? Either way, this one's going to end it here with the last lap. Jake just came across the line on, so he'll take the white flag under caution here in Indianapolis Speedway, folks. But the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series, what a race there, especially what a race there for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah, most definitely, Joe. These guys battled it out. None of them all raced clean, but man, they gave it their all.
Yeah, they did on a tricky style, slick track out here. Interesting to see what some of these drivers have to say about that. I know it's definitely, I've run it a few times, and it definitely gets slick. We've seen some of the cars out here slide around. Wow, folks, appreciate y'all coming out here tonight. Conspiracy theory. Dave threw a Pop-Tart on the track.
No comment.
Yeah, either that or a piece of turkey. That's where he was going when he said he had to be right back.
First off, I'll tell you right now, I ain't wasting my turkey by throwing it on the track. I'm sorry, Joe, but this fat man enjoys his turkey a little too much.
I don't blame you. Hey, there you go. Hey, you preach to the choir. I mean, look, I agree with you. Woo! Well, here we go. The man's going to take the checker flag right here. Jake Nichols in the 73. Alan J. Elwood's going to finish this one in second. And the man survived in third with an awesome battle there with Cameron and them. He's going to pull it out here in third spot tonight. I know I said Alan, but Alan's in second. I mean, that was an awesome run there for Cameron Hearn. So see if we can't run down and get some of these guys up here. Wow, wow, wow. Two of them are in the same team, way down at the bottom.
They're making you earn your money, Joe.
I ain't lying, way down at the bottom of the bucket. Actually, most of them are about way down there at the bottom of the bucket.
They ain't that far at the bottom of the bucket if they're finishing on the podium tonight.
Well, I'm saying the team is. Yeah, there we go.
Trying to get you in trouble, Joe.
I know it. Terrible. John, I appreciate you coming out here, man. As always, watching these races here and tuning in here because it was a thriller from the start to the finish. Definitely one of these races where you just never know what's going to happen here at Indy. Tricky style track, but that man right there in the 73 machine pulling it off here live tonight. Well, I'm gonna bring up the third place. Why did I pull Cameron Hearn? Let me get Nate Trito. Hang on a second. Pulled the wrong man in third place.
Come on, man.
I know. I tell you, must be something in the water.
I think you haven't had enough cookies tonight.
Yeah, I've been sick the last several days, and I haven't ate much of haven't ate any junk food actually. So I'm gonna wither away. All right, well, let's bring up our third place man, Nate Trito, who had a well of a battle back there with those guys, and let's get talking with him, Dave.
All right, sure can, Joe. Nate Trito, Dave up here in the OSR Network booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Saw a heck of a battle there with yourself and Cameron Hearn. Seen you get into the wall and you lose that number 3 spot, but you came back and took it back. Can you talk us through those last few laps there?
I was just kind of frustrated with myself. I burned my stuff up a little bit too quick for my likings. Car got really tight. You know, the Racing Roundup Toyota Camry was, perfect all night, except for that last run. It was my fault. I drove it a little bit too hard, but yeah, I got in the wall a little bit too hard. Might have been Mary driving a little bit, but it was a really fun race. And congrats to Jake on the win.
Yeah, most definitely. It was definitely enjoyable for all the viewers at home. Definitely seen you get out there. You led 15 laps here tonight. Tell us how the track changed there as from the first half of the race to the second half.
Well, the first half the car was just tight, so you had to, just be easy with the car. The first run is really about learning what the car is going to do, and sat outside pole and pulled away with my teammate and cruised for the first half. The second half it got a little bit looser to my liking. But the track change definitely threw most of us for a loop.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, next week we are headed off to Charlotte Motor Speedway. What can we expect from Nate Trito at Charlotte?
Hopefully a top 5 run or top 10 run. That's just the goal, to be consistent and try and make the chase at this point.
Well, Nate, congratulations on your third place finish. Before we let you go, is there any shout outs you'd like to give?
Racing Roundup for hopping on board. You guys for the broadcast, and Extreme Motorsports 99 for the races.
All right, well, Nate, congratulations once again there on your third place finish. We'll see you next week at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Thank you very much.
All right, this Nate Trito right there, man, was a hard charging it back up there to get the third spot away. Sounded a little rejected, but hey, nonetheless, I mean, to come out of here with third, he did have a fast machine out there all night, and he got lost back. He could have finished this thing in 5th spot, but he was able to fight back and get back up to 3rd. So hats off to him there to be able to do that. Well, man in 2nd spot, we talked to him earlier on here, Alan J. Elwoods. Bring him up and see what he had to say, if he could have had anything else to maybe pull off and run down that 73.
Alan Elwood, Dave, up here in the OSR Network booth. You got a copy?
Loud and clear, Dave.
Well, we saw you making some late races. I mean, you were on rails going around this track. You think if we had a few more laps, you had something there for the 73 of Jake Nichols?
Nah, I don't know what Jake figured out tonight. I question that at a lot of tracks. He seems to figure out something that we can't grasp, and I couldn't make up any time once I got around Nate. I don't know if maybe I burned my stuff up just trying to pass him because I didn't make an aggressive move there. Kudos to him for racing clean. But no, I don't think I had anything for him. The only way is maybe a restart, but even then my restarts were sucking tonight. So, you know, all in all, it was a good run, just not enough for Jake.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you put on a good show there, set down some quick times out there tonight. Tell us, we did see a lot of drivers coming out of turn 2, the car breaking loose. What was it like coming through turns 1 and 2 tonight?
A little sketchy, to say the least. Turn 2 was worse than 4. Both of them were kind of getting loosey-goosey coming out, but turn 2 was quite a bit treacherous. I almost lost it a couple times, but kept it underneath, and I think that was probably one thing Jake did better than any of us, was keeping straight coming out of the corner rather than getting loose. And you know, once you do that, if you get loose, you're going to lose a tenth or two easy.
Well, next week we're going to be at Charlotte Motor Speedway. What can we expect from you for next week at Charlotte?
Charlotte's another good track of mine. I've been able to get the High Line to work there before, so if the High Line comes into play, I feel pretty good. I can hang it out pretty wide open around there. So another good track for us. Just got to get another top 3, top 5, and just keep in the points race and be there at the end.
Yeah, most definitely. And before we let you go, Alan, is there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
As always, teammates down there at Alliance, we had a good run tonight going. Great guys. You guys here for putting on the broadcast, Extreme for the race. Pretty much good, clean race of the night. So good job to everybody, and we'll see you guys next week.
Well, go celebrate that second place finish. We'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Thanks, sir.
All right, that's Alan J. Elwood, and I tell you what, he did everything he needed to do tonight and brought that thing home in second spot. No, a little rejected there, but hey, you know, again, good track here. We go to another good track next week, but I'm head off on down here to Victory Lane. So talk to this man who won last week here, 73 here, Jake Nichols. Jake Nichols, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Jake, I tell you what, I won't say not quite of a dominating style win, but you was out in front a lot. Had Alan J. Elwood, though, out there who was saying the track, definitely the high side might have come in a little bit. How did you feel the track was? How did you feel the grooves were here? Because he said you seemed like you found something there that he just couldn't find.
It was really good for me. I found it out really late in the practice and used it in qualifying as well as the race, where I just pin it down, get my left sides underneath that white line, and just ease the throttle and just try to get it loose, because it was so. If you drove it the wrong way, you'd just be so tight. And if you could figure out how to make it drive a little better and a little more free, then it'd really be fast, and it'd help out for the long run as well. And I just maintained that and tried to do that all race long. And leading 52 laps, that helped pretty good, and I think it worked.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely did work. Put you in Victory Lane here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series. Wow. Like you said, what a run out there. I mean, is there anything else you could have done different? I mean, obviously winning the race, really don't want to do much more different than that. But, I mean, this track has been known for being slick. Coming out of the turns, been very treacherous, and we saw a lot of guys sliding out there. Does it help you maybe for tomorrow night's run here in the Cup car?
Probably. I'm always going to learn things in this car. It might be slower or less power and a little different with handling, but overall, running this extra race really helps because you just learn how the track's going to change over the long run and how you really want to drive the car. The tide ride tonight, yeah, it was loose. I drifted it with like 5 to go out of turn 2 or turn 1 time, and I was like, oh gosh, and I looked at my relative and I was pulling away, and I think Alan hit the wall or got close to the wall, something. And I was like, I don't know how that happened, but I guess being loose is better than pushing up. But honestly, the only thing I feel like I do different is pit stops. I'm so used to how the Cup car brakes that I just keep locking them up and overshooting just by an inch, and that little inch can cost you a second, and you can go from first to third within that time. Someone gets a better stop than you. So really, the only thing I really think I could change is just pit stops and trying to get into the box fast, but not too hard to push the limit.
There you go. Definitely right there. Saw you a couple times, like you said, we saw you on pit road slide in there. Not too bad at all, but you're right, you can lose time. But hey, pulled it off here tonight in Indianapolis for the Xfinity Series for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Got anybody out there you want to thank?
Got the Tide on board, OSR Network. You guys do an amazing job weekly. I love watching and tuning in. All my teammates in the series. It's fun working with them and trying to help them out, even if they're running 15th. The slightest of help can do so much for you and your confidence in trying to get better at a track. So it's fun joking around during cautions and such. So thanks to them. Thanks to everyone that tunes in and watches these races. Thanks to everyone at Extreme Motorsports 99 as well.
Well, definitely right there. Like old Dave just said, you led 52 laps here tonight and brought it home in victory lane. Jake Nichols, the winner tonight here at Indianapolis Speedway. Again, congratulations, Jake.
Thank you.
All right there. Happy guy. Definitely finding something out here. Get him back down in the lobby. Good deal. Dave, I'll tell you, it was an exciting race from the green flag to the checkered here. We saw what we typically would see. Guys got single file there. We saw some green flag runs. Obviously saw some single car spins. And we saw a few bigger style crashes, but not too bad. Saw some green flag pit stops here. So definitely some strategy involved. Great battling throughout. Got any final words?
Just an overall great race, but I tell you what, I am looking forward to next week there, Joe. Charlotte, that's one of my favorite tracks. It is a fast track. It's a smaller track than here at Indy, but it definitely brings out the good racing. Then again, I mean, we just have a wonderful schedule here in the Xfinity Series, so I'm actually just really looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that one. Definitely Charlotte Motor Speedway next week, folks. 1.5 mile pure mayhem there at the Charlotte Speedway. Well, we're here at Indy. We're about to leave here at Indy. Jake Nichols pulls it off here for the Xfinity Series. We'll be back here tomorrow night, though, with the OSR Network for the Cup Series here live. As these boys are going to try to tackle this place in Indianapolis with a Cup Series style car. Big speed, big power, big field here of guys. So tune in tomorrow night. Till then, I'm Joe White. Got Dave Everly up here in the booth with me. Everyone have a good night.